Hey guys, thanks for stopping in. Looks like it's going to be a nice day here in Northern California. So I'm going to attempt to cook some baby back ribs for the first time on my Weber grill with my new slow and sear accessory. So let's go inside and get the ribs prepped and we'll start cooking. I got this little 3-pound rack of baby back ribs, and believe it or not, I've never cooked baby back ribs on a grill before. I've done the full-size racks of spare ribs a few times, but never the baby backs. So I figured for my first cook with the slow and sear, we'll kind of take baby steps and use the baby back ribs, because these don't take as long as like a full rack of ribs or a pork butt or something like that. So we'll ease into it with the baby back ribs. So let me get those opened up and then we'll season them, and I'll go get the grill lit. I rubbed both sides of these with olive oil. Now I'm just going to season them lightly with this mild barbecue rub. And I'm leaving the membrane on there. I've cooked them with the membrane and I've tried taking it off as well. And you know, to be honest, I kind of like the membrane on there. I kind of like the texture of it. Plus, kind of hurts my arms to pull it off of there. People ask what the TOS stands for in my channel name. It stands for Thoracic Outlet Syndrome. It's my disability. It affects the nerves and the circulation in my arms. So pulling on things like that makes my arms hurt. So I talk about that a lot on my other channel. I talk a lot about Thoracic Outlet Syndrome. So that's what that means. The Tin Man part is, hey, sometimes I just don't move around very good when I'm in pain. Kind of like the Tin Man. So just seasoning this lightly with this barbecue rub. This one has a lot of salt in it, so I'm not going to go too heavy with it. Alright, that looks pretty good. I'm just going to let that sit while I go outside and get the grill lit. This is my first slow cook with the slow and sear, so I went on their website to see how they suggest to do this. Now, they said to put a few charcoal briquettes. They recommended briquettes for slow cooks. I usually use lump charcoal, but for slow cooks they recommended briquettes. And they said to just use a fire starter and get a few of them going on one end of the slow and sear. I didn't have a fire starter, so I just took a paper towel and soaked it in vegetable oil and then lit that, and it seems to be working pretty good. So also too, it says to fill up this water reservoir with hot water. They said boiling water, but this is just hot tap water. So you fill this up while that charcoal is getting going there. And it says to put 1 quart, no more than that in there. So this will be 1 quart of hot tap water. Alright, perfect. That's exactly 1 quart right there. So, as soon as this charcoal gets going a little bit better, I'll push the rest of these briquettes over next to it and we'll get the ribs on there. One thing I just noticed is I need to level my grill. See, it's almost spilling over the end right there, and it's down lower on that end. My grill's not level, so I need to find a little shim or something to put under one wheel. That's a little bit better. I put a block of wood under this wheel on this side, so kind of evened it up a little bit. Okay, my coals look good. They're starting to get hot there. I had trouble getting them going. They were just kind of smoldering. Then I realized my vent under the grill was almost all the way closed, and as soon as I opened that up, they started going a lot better. I'm just kind of figuring this out as I go. So now it's doing a lot better. I have my grill temp gauge on there, ribs on there, and I'm not using any smoke wood because I don't have any, so I'm just going to try it with the briquettes for the first time. So I'm going to get the lid on there and see if I can get the temperature dialed into about 225 to 250, and we'll see how it goes. My ribs have been on there for about 45 minutes now, and initially the temperature of the grill climbed up to about 268 degrees, and I gradually kept easing the vent back, and now I have it centered right about in the middle of that second hole, and that seems to be about right. The temperature's been holding at about 230 degrees for the last 15 or 20 minutes, so I think that's just about right. So just gonna let those ribs cook, and I guess I'll check them in, I don't know, a couple hours. All right, these have been cooking for 3.5 hours. I haven't opened the lid, I haven't looked at them, I haven't checked them, and the temperature has stayed between 220 and 260 degrees the whole time. Kind of fluctuated a little bit, but stayed right about 230 degrees most of the time. So let's unveil them and see how they look. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good to me. Let's see, grab these tongs, see how these look. I think those are probably pretty good. You know what? I'm gonna put some sauce on them and let them cook for just a tad longer, let the sauce cook on, and then we'll try them out. I'm going to brush a little bit of Coakley's barbecue sauce on these. Coakley's barbecue sauce is the first thing that I was ever sent for free when I was on YouTube. So I like the sauce, but also I think there's a little bit of a sentimental value to it too. But it is excellent sauce. So I'm gonna get these ribs sauced up, and then I'll get the lid back on there for let that sauce cook onto them, and we'll give them a taste test. So after 3.5 hours, that's how much charcoal's left in there. There's still quite a bit of water in there. You can see it bubbling away. This thing's working out really good, so pretty happy with it. I'm excited to taste the ribs and see how they are. So after my first slow cook with the slow and sear, I'm pretty impressed. That thing held the temperature for a long time and without too much trouble. So, and the ribs turned out good as well. Well, it looks like these turned out pretty good, and my wife agreed to be the taste tester. So go ahead, babe, dig in.
All right, hopefully I don't get it on my new white shirt. I'm not a rib person, but these taste pretty good. My dog Annie's down here wanting a piece. Very good, babe.
Good?
Mm-hmm. Really good. Gonna eat it all up.
So I'm pretty happy with that slow and sear. Makes me look like I know what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for watching, you guys.
Bye.
Talk to you next time.
Bye.